Hey, good morning from the Philippines. I'm Davina.
And I am Hobart.
Yes, and today is Saturday, the 7th of October. Right now it's 7:56 a.m. And I know in the States it's yesterday. So it's Friday at 5 p.m. ish. 5. Is it 5 already?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
five. It's
Okay.
4:55.
4:55.
4:56.
So yeah, so hi to whoever's in here giving us lots of love and we're happy that you're here. Hit the thumbs up button and so somebody came in, gave us lots of love and jumped out. Whoever it is, thank you. We're happy you're here with us. So this morning me and Hobart, we woke up pretty early.
Yeah, I woke up at like 1:30.
He had trouble sleeping. But I thought it was we need a Tempur-Pedic bed.
Yeah, I need one of them. I need one of them in my life.
and
Once you go Tempur-Pedic, it's hard to go to like a regular spring bed
or like a squishy bed or whatever. Yeah.
Sleeping on the floor.
Hi, there's two people here.
I left the military because I don't want to sleep on a cot anymore.
That's the reason why you left.
Yeah, one of the reasons. No more camping. No more camping. I like my comforts. I like the soft bed. I like the pillow.
I know.
I like it to be cold. I want to have a blanket. You know what I mean?
I know when we were we had been deployed many times, and when we came back from our deployment, one of my family members was like, "Oh, hi, Marianne."
Hey, look at that.
Good morning.
Hello, Marianne. Good morning.
One of my family members was like, "Hey, do you want to go camping?" I was like, no, we don't camp.
No camping.
We just camped. We just camped for years to the extreme. We don't want to camp.
Yeah. I think that, not taking a shower for 3 months gets to you. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
I like my comforts. Don't get me wrong, I'll go camping.
I mean,
but I will stay in a hotel. I'll visit you at your campsite, but I will stay at a hotel.
Like the Philippines is like a semi kind of like deployment. Just in the province.
Well, I mean, come on now. We needed a unit movement officer just to get here.
Yeah, we did. Oh my God.
We need all of those logistical issues.
And now we have all these supplies that we have nowhere to maneuver. Like
now we need a supply sergeant.
Don't bring your whole house to the Philippines. I know we were moving and we were like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're moving our whole house here.
Yeah.
We paid tons of money to move our stuff.
We have accountability except for one box, right? Our sensitive items.
One box is missing.
Our sensitive items are here. Let me see.
Did my rollerblades make it?
That's one of the sensitive items that didn't make it.
My rollerblades hasn't made it?
I think your rollerblades are probably with the seeds that you...
Okay, so truth. Am I allowed to tell the truth?
Yeah, go ahead. Be honest. Just be honest. Be brutally honest, okay? Go ahead.
Okay, so I love plants. And I sent some of my favorite seeds here. But I don't know if they've made it. So I have a box that is missing. And I'm like, did it get flagged?
Due to the seeds.
Yeah, because of my seeds. So I don't know. Now these seeds aren't it's just a flower, okay? It's nothing bad. I just wanted these beautiful flowers in the Philippines. But I don't know. We're missing a box. So we have all of our boxes except for one. Hi, Money Printer. Good morning. Or wherever you are, good evening. Okay, so this is Pandesal. We walked to the bakery this morning to get it. And inside, there is coconut. So like a cocoa bun.
I think they call it pan de coco.
Pan de coco. Yeah, we love ube.
Ube is great.
Ube is delicious. Yeah. You can get ube jelly, ube jam. You can get ube everything. Pan de coco, yeah. That's what I got. Hi, Carrie Young. How are you? So this morning I made longanisa, eggs, and then we have the pandesal. So yeah. So anyways, the bed situation here in the Philippines. Yeah, not ideal. Like we haven't been able to find Tempur-Pedic anywhere. But we did find this thing called Urafoam. Ultrafoam. Is it Ultrafoam?
Eurotech, Eurofoam, Eurofoam
Urafoam.
or Eurotech foam.
Eurotech foam. So we have been looking at beds like that. And I mean, there's some imported beds like European, and we're still looking. The beds are pretty expensive. They're like 61,000 peso
Mm-hmm.
for these like Tempur-Pedic type of bed, but it's not Tempur-Pedic. So
Wow, Robert Morris, what's up, man? How's it going?
Robert,
morning.
hey, long time no see. How are you?
But yeah, just to catch you guys up on a few things. There's been a lot of things that's like we had to write some stuff down on the topics that we want to discuss. We're gonna start with the
Teacher
first one.
Appreciation Week.
Yeah, the teacher appreciation week, right? So what I wasn't at the school, but Dee got to experience something that was phenomenal. I experienced it when I was younger, but she's never seen it in this way before.
Okay, so Teacher Appreciation Week. Whoa, like these Filipinos really love their teachers. Okay, and they're really like the kids. They make them cards. They sing songs. I mean, we had a full week of Teachers Week, right? And so the first day, they're like, well, first of all, they announced it like, hey, it's going to be Teachers Week next week. You know, come prepared. And I was like, what? Well, how do we prepare? So you could either get like a little gift for your teacher. You can make things for your teacher. So they were doing like cards or flowers, like a whole bouquet of, also fake flowers. They do all kinds of stuff, right? Some kids sing songs. They do a dance. Every class did a dance.
What
And
about the vegetables?
and they brought like baskets and baskets of vegetables to the teachers. And I thought it was so beautiful. And I was so moved by how much love these teachers get from their students and the families, families are bringing like fans, and they're getting all this like really nice stuff from the families, and they present it on stage. So it was really cool. It's like each teacher goes up to the stage, and then any kid who brought their teacher something for teacher appreciation, they go up on stage, they take a picture with the teacher all at the same time. And, it's like a remembrance. And then what the teachers do, because they love all the items so much, is like they sit there at their desk and they like video record each thing that they got from Teachers Day or Teachers Week. And it's just so beautiful. This whole week was like a half day, or you even got like the day off. The teachers all went to a conference in like a nearby county.
And they called it division or something like that.
Yeah, they went to division, and they had a big old like celebration for the teachers. And you could see the teachers like singing karaoke, doing dances, and just out there like fellowshipping with other teachers from the different districts. And it was so cool to watch. Yeah.
Do you think that the teachers here in the Philippines get more appreciation than the teachers in the US?
I think they do. Well, first of all, I did experience Teachers like Week in the United States, and it's a little different. They basically like they come over, they decorate the door to the teacher's classroom, stuff like that. Parents get together and they do those things. Kids do bring things into the teacher, like a gift card or a book or something like that. But it's not like presented on a stage, and it just felt like it was so beautiful because there was a true deep appreciation for the teachers.
Mhm.
And it's not like a glamorous job. The teachers have like 30 to 40 50 students in their class, and you can also see the difference between like there's a lot of kids in some classes, and as kids get older, there's less and less children. So that was interesting to see, because then I was like, whoa, like once they get to 6th grade, there's not that many kids going to school versus when they were kindergarten, there was a lot more people in the classroom.
Why do you think there isn't that many students in 6th grade?
Well, I think it comes down to just they start working so young, and then it's either like you go and get education or you start, farming. Out here, the big thing is farming. And I see a lot of teenagers on motorcycles, right? Because by the time you're a teenager, you can drive your motorcycle.
14, 15.
And they're out there in the fields and they're making money. So some people, like, they won't go to school anymore. They'd rather just go and start earning. And that's what I see.
Yeah.
It's
definitely totally different background, but there's a lot of community here. I would say more so than way more than in the United States. Like here, the teachers will go to the school and they will garden on grounds, school grounds. They will go to the school every day and they will sweep the yard. You know what I mean? Like, because it's not all concrete and things like that. It doesn't have any Bermuda grass in the field. So there's trees everywhere, and those leaves need to be picked up. And the parents, oftentimes, they will go out there and they will help the kids kind of like clean up the room, throw away trash, clean up the yard or whatever. And it's really beautiful. You can't see it. Maybe you can see it in other countries, but it's not seen in the United States.
So here we don't have substitutes. There's no such thing as a substitute. If the teacher doesn't show up, and there's kids there, parents will sit in the class and just give them like an assignment or something, reading or sit in a book. So in the province, like this school, it only has its teachers.
Yep.
And it doesn't have anybody who can come in and cover a class or cover a period or things like that. No. Like if your teacher's not there, then either there's no school. But if students do show up, because they still provide like childcare during the day, and then parents sit in. And there's always parents at the school. Like I would have to say there's at least 10 parents, and they all rotate. They're not there like because they have to be there. They're just there. And, parents are the ones who kind of like take over when the teacher has to go, to the restroom or go do something. Or they'll send them out to snack time. There's no lunch lady. There's no like lunch lady waiting, to make sure everything's okay. It's parents. They're just sitting there watching, waiting for their kids to get out of class.
Yeah, that's it, which is great. A lot of times it's the homemakers that are just sitting there, kind of like making sure that the kids are okay. There isn't any, like, what do you call those? The police that work at the school?
There's no security like that. Like,
no. But what are they called? Code enforcers?
Code enforcers.
Is it code enforcers?
Yeah.
When your kids are like late to class, they'll start going to your house or whatever and checking on you.
Attendance
or checking on the
lady.
kids. Attendance lady, yeah. It's nothing like that. Like the attendance is based off of, it's directly to the teacher.
Yeah, it's between the teacher and the student.
Talk about utilizing social media to the max. I mean, every class has their own Facebook message area where they can communicate. Hey, the kids are going to be let out in 30 minutes, right? So that's a great thing, but at the same time,
it's kind of like, stop what you're doing. We need to go over there and get the kids.
So we can't really go that far.
We got a very short leash.
Yeah, we have a short leash. So if I have to pick something up from the store for the construction that's happening here at the house, we can't go that long. I'll
stay home because I need to make that time hack. If he's got to go like super far, then I'll just hang out around here and go pick up the kids.
Yeah. So the middle of the week, we really can't go far. All right. Between the construction that's happening at the house and the things that are happening at the school, we can't go anywhere. Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of construction, as you can probably hear in the background, you hear a lot of sounds.
I don't know if you hear it,
Yeah,
but it's going.
but it's going right now, and they're up in the attic. They're moving things around. We're rewiring the house, trying to get things a little bit more safe. That's one. Two is that like the structure, the kitchen is done. The kitchen is
Mhm.
done. I think we can start moving into the kitchen.
Mm.
We can start having the appliances installed, and then we can get the furniture guy to come over and start measuring for the cabinets in the kitchen area. So that's great. As far as like the construction on the outside, they have the posts going on, the pour like concrete pour for the post, and it's going up very fast. These guys are quick. These guys are really fast, and so it's really nice. I like how fast these guys are working, and how efficient they are. Not just efficiency. I also love the fact that they are like they're here on time. You know,
They are.
they stay here all the way till closing time.
Mhm.
It's a family. There's like 7 of them, and they're all related, and
All boys.
and all boys, and it's awesome. I like that they have definitely the foundation. The foundation and family here in Philippines is really deep, and you can see it not just in like at school, but you can also see when people are working.
Mhm.
Let What other constructions are we having? Oh, so they're working on the second floor of the construction already, and they're about to do the slab on the second floor, and then I think they're gonna start digging for the septic tank. But yeah, everything
Well,
here
the second
is
floor.
made by hand. I mean, like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
not. There's no,
There's no tractor coming
there's
in.
no tractor coming in to dig this stuff up. These guys are doing it by
I was
hand.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
they're gonna cut that by hand.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
they make everything by
They
hand,
make everything by hand.
one little piece at a time.
Yeah.
And yesterday we cut the mango tree.
Yeah, the mango tree in the backyard had to be cut because the second floor slab was they're about to pour it. So
Mhm.
right now we have the electricians coming back and installing more wires because somebody wanted to put the Christmas lights this year.
Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it.
And then yeah, they're just up there running more wire, putting more plugs.
Because I want Christmas lights, okay?
And you know what? Christmas is like coming really early this year because they started decorating houses here in September.
Mhm.
Those Burr months, September, October,
And it's
November,
really
December.
cold here.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Can I just talk about the weather really quickly? Because I never knew, like literally when I was packing the bike buying boxes, I was like, I don't need these jackets. I don't need these pants. I won't need this. I'm going to wear shorts and t-shirts all year round. It's cold here, okay? Yesterday I was freezing. I was on the back of the motorcycle and I was telling Homer like, "Oh my god, I'm cold. I need a jacket." So, yeah, it's the Burr months. It really is cold. I'm shocked. All the Filipinos are wearing long sleeves and pants. I'm gonna start wearing pants real soon. Although I don't like anything that like really sticks to my skin. I need it to be loose because if it sticks to your skin, you can't get that breathing on your thighs and your legs and stuff. And you need a little bit of the airflow, just like with t-shirts, you want them. Oh, you want the moisture wicking shirts, because if you don't have a dryer, now we got a dryer, by the way, so our clothes are all nice and fluffy. But if you don't have a dryer, then when you hang stuff up, it's kind of like crusty.
Stretches the neck.
Stretches the neck on clothes. Yeah, it's weird. So that's why the moisture wicking is better, because it has the polyester to come back a little. So the elasticity of your clothes lasts longer. Yeah.
All right. So I think the next topic I want to talk about is it's kind of like sad, and when you move to a different country, you kind of like have these, and you realize that you're not going to be able to react to certain things, right? So we're here in Philippines. If something happens in the U.S., like I'm not able to go and help out my siblings,
Mm.
my mother. Something happens over there. I'm not be able to react the way I want to, because one, it's not planned, right? And then two, it's difficult to go back to the U.S., especially if you are not working.
Mhm.
So I know what it feels like now to be a senior citizen who is on a fixed income.
Oh,
Right. Wow,
we're on a fixed.
yeah, yeah.
We're on a fixed income.
Yeah, a senior citizen that is on a fixed income, right?
Mm.
Usually in the United States, if you're a senior citizen, you're on a fixed income, but you got all kinds of benefits. Here, we have to pay for everything, not just fuel, medical, electricity, water, and there's nothing coming in. You know what I mean? We're just using our savings at this point. So we have to be very careful on what type of purchases we make and finances. Now we're a little bit wiser. We're getting a little bit more wiser on our spending.
It's
Right.
taken us a
It's
little
taken
bit of
us a
time
little bit of time,
to transition.
but something's happening within the next week. On the 13th of October, Friday the 13th of October. Very close friends of ours. So shout out to Lauren and Cindy. They are gonna get married.
Yeah,
And for me, I've known these guys for, I don't know, 15,
17, 18, 19
15
years. I don't know.
a
A long
long
time.
time. And we've shed some blood, you know what I mean? We've shed some tears. I've seen Lauren get a cut, I think, on his finger. I've seen, so it's one of those things that I'm missing. I'm missing out on. I'm missing out on a friend's wedding, and I think I didn't realize that it was gonna hit this hard. Where you're like, man, I'm missing out.
I really want to go.
We really want to go. We do. Not just that,
But
also got like, a buddy of mine, he got engaged, and I would have wanted to be there for the proposal, and so things are happening, and in our age range, right, where
mhm.
all of like kids, our friends are having kids, or our friends are getting married, they're doing proposals and things like that, and we're really missing out on it. We're
Mhm.
really missing out on it.
Yeah.
And I wish I can be there for all of that, but unfortunately, we're in a different country, right? And so it's hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to make your choices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either follow your dreams, right? Because we're following our dreams. Either you follow your dreams or you stay where you are, where you're comfortable. And I think that the most growth that any person can do is when they're having a difficult time, right? We learn more from failures than successes.
Mhm.
So
It's character building,
and I think that's what's happening with us now, is that with the struggles that we're having here, with all the environment, the adversities, the difficulties at school, the language barrier, the construction at the house, it has brought our family
Really
even
close.
even closer.
But we're also like discovering things about ourselves and discovering things about the culture. And it's really like it's giving us growth, personal growth. My husband, I love to see him, communicating in his language. And it's just like so beautiful to see him, out there talking to farmers, just kind of like getting all that knowledge. And he's really, I get to see him in his culture, and it's really beautiful. I love it. And I get to see my kids, and they're learning the language, and they're learning about, appreciating what you have. And it's not easy living here. It is not, because it's not the same. Like, even the bathroom situation is different. Anytime you go anywhere to a bathroom, you've got to you got to take your own wipes,
your own baby wipes, or your own napkins, or toilet paper,
or your own shampoo,
or your own soap to wash your hands afterwards.
But that's just like one small element of like living here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a car, like, where do you park it?
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's why everyone drives the motorcycles, because these roads are not that big. They're tiny. Their highways or expressways or freeways consist of 2 lanes. There's a
Mhm.
fast lane and a slow lane. You know,
Mhm.
you're gonna go 60 miles an hour, 60 kilometers per hour on your right side. If you're gonna go 100 kilometers per hour, it's on the left side.
But you got people in the slow lane who should be, or in the fast lane who should be in the
Mhm.
slow lane.
Yeah.
So
And so it's not like all the amenities that you expect in the United States. They're just not there. They're not at every household.
and
Some
things are different,
some households don't even have electricity, you know, or
right?
running
Or
water
or windows,
or windows. Yeah.
you
So-
know. So it's really interesting because, like, when I'm using items, right, like household items, it's not the same
Mhm.
from what I'm used to. So there is an adjustment, and I think we're going through the adjustment period when it comes to our spending, when it comes to like the different things that we have to use. We have to kind of like be innovative and creative.
Mhm. You know what though? Because there's not much TV,
Mhm.
there's not much stuff for the kids to do. There's a lot of conversations that we're having
Yeah.
that we would have never had in the United States,
Mhm.
right? Like for example, our kids are asking us like, "Hey, my classmates, how come they don't have uniforms?"
Mhm.
You know, and we talk about finances with them, and I'm like, well, that's because they probably are not able to purchase brand new uniforms.
Mhm.
You know, somebody they might not have the brand new clothes.
I do have a tip
Yeah.
for any parent who is going to have a kid in school that wears a uniform. My suggestion is that you buy the uniform bigger, and then sew it in, because as the school year goes, you're going to end up having to buy more and more of the same skirt. But here's the thing, they only sell uniforms at the beginning of the school year. So at the beginning of the school year, buy the uniforms you need for the entire school year, and or buy a larger size, sew it in, and then take it out as the child gets bigger. That's
Yeah.
my suggestion.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
That's pretty good. So, little topics like that, finances, how people are, our kids are getting to see in the United States, it's difficult to see the difference between whether someone is financially stable or not. You know what I mean? Because like kids at school, they all get the same thing. But here in Philippines, you can really tell. You can really tell when someone is having a difficult time, and it's one of those topics that our kids are talking to us about. And then the thing is, here there's not that there's no bullies. They don't tolerate bullies here in Philippines.
Right. They don't tolerate
Mm-mm.
bad
They
behavior.
don't tolerate bad behavior.
Mhm.
And so when a kid is doing something wrong, immediately multiple teachers and parents are telling that child like, hey, don't do that.
Right.
Don't do
You
that.
can't
That's
be
not
doing
okay.
that in the classroom. Yeah, no.
There's certain things that they will tolerate, and there's certain things that they will not tolerate. Now, they don't allow spanking, all right, in schools.
But parents can
But
spank their
parents can
children
spank
all they
their
want.
children all they want.
I mean,
The same thing as in California or in the United States, corporal
I've-
punishment is still allowed. It's
Yeah.
just that you gotta spank them. in the
no,
butt.
like I've literally been at the grocery store and seen children getting disciplined, and the security guard doesn't even bat an eye.
Yep.
He's like,
Yep.
y'all better listen to your mama and papa.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Well, you know what? It's interesting though, is that for me, my perspective is we brought our kids here so that way they can learn respect, discipline, know the culture, right? And as we were walking around the looking for agricultural land to purchase, we're talking to the farmers, and one thing that they talk about is like, that the kids are becoming more and more undisciplined because
That's what they talk about.
yeah, because the teachers are
'Cause the
not
teachers
allowed,
aren't spanking
are not
anymore.
allowed to spank kids
Yeah,
anymore.
that's very interesting.
And so now they're talking about like, oh man, some of the parents here in Philippines are kind of like becoming way more supportive. That they're kind of like saying, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, and so now the kids are a little bit more disrespectful. But compared to the kids in the US, You know,
These kids are very respectful. Even the ones that are disrespectful are
No,
respectful. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
You go anywhere, it's like sir, ma'am, all day long.
Yeah,
You know,
all day, and they'll approach you, they'll talk to you, they'll say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir.
I'm like,
It's
am
nice.
I in the military right now?
Yeah,
Why is
yeah.
everybody calling me ma'am or sir? You know, like
Mhm.
it's funny.
Yeah, and they talk like in a very low tone of voice, very respectful, coming from like a caring, um, coming from a caring perspective, basically. Not in the U.S. where you can hear someone talking really loud.
And yes, and
Yeah.
just like very confrontational.
Mhm.
I think that's what it is.
Because we are in the province too, everyone walks around with a knife, like a big old machete.
Pretty much, we
Uh-huh.
run into everybody who has. There's so many farmers. Everybody got a machete. And nobody is even thinking twice. You've got like the Reaper, you know. I was talking to one guy, he had a Reaper hanging out the back of his pants and he had a machete. And I was like, and nobody says anything, you know. And so it's not that big a deal. But it is because we live in the province. Like we live where the farms are. So everybody has machetes, you know. And you can walk in any direction and hit a grassy field, and we've got, you know, cows, goats, dogs. Everything's kind of like the goats and the cows are tied up, but the dogs here,
everywhere.
Dog culture in the Philippines. Oh my God, it's so different.
Yeah, hey, even in the dogs, you can see the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah. Well, the poor dogs. But but here, dogs are everywhere. And they're like stray dogs, just running amok, and they don't even pay mind to the humans. They are all in their dog world. Yeah, we've got people in the attic.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see. Like the other day, we saw a dog dying. I was telling him, "Oh, that dog, he's dying," and we looked at him and he's blinking his eyes, and he's like, "Oh, maybe he's resting." I was like, "Nah, he ain't gonna make it. He's baking in the sun.
Yeah.
He about to die."
Just this morning, we saw a cat that didn't have a hind leg,
missing a leg,
one hind leg.
Yeah,
like got run over or something.
There's a lot of wild animals here, like running around, but they're not attacking humans, you know. And that's another reason to carry a machete in case you have a dog that tries to attack. But we haven't had any dogs try to attack at all.
None.
We just ignore the dog, and the dog ignores us. It's very interesting. Yeah, the culture here is way different.
Let me see. Anything else you want to talk about today?
We forgot to tell them about the short reaction time to deliveries.
Go ahead.
And school. So, our kids are in public school, and so at the drop of a dime, you might have to go and pick up your kid because class is ended, or there's a meeting, or whatever. And so there's that piece, right? But there's also the piece where if you are expecting a delivery, you got to stay home like you are like waiting for it. Because whether it be Amazon, and yes, I've had 2 deliveries of Amazon. For some reason, the one shipment that I made was split into 2. And so the first portion of it arrived, you know, and the guy found us. And then the second portion, it took like a week later, and then we got the other portion. But it was all ordered on the same day in the same order. But I don't know why it got split.
Oh, you know what? I think Money Printer Never Stop talked about like, hey, what are our finances? And we our daily finances, we paid attention more, right? And so I want to go back to that and say that for breakfast, we drink coffee and bread. So and then I made the
longanisa and the eggs,
right? So how much would you say on a daily?
Maximum $2 for breakfast.
Let's talk about piso.
Piso. Okay, so the bread, but see, he bought bread for his workers, right? For the workers.
Yeah, but you just talked about ours though.
Okay, so let me tell you how much the bread cost. It was $1.80, and we got 50 pesos worth of pan de sal. We got a lot of little like sugary breads, and so that was a total of 180. I don't know how much it would have been. Maybe
I think we spent probably 25 peso on bread.
bread. That's
Just
it.
just me and her.
Yeah.
25 peso on bread and
The-
whatever the kids.
The longanisa, I don't know how much that costs. I always just buy it, and I don't know, but it's not much because I bought like 4 longanisas, and it was like 250. You know, maybe 300.
Mhm.
I had a $500 peso bill, and they gave me back tons of change. Oh, those are good.
Mhm.
They're like filled with cheese or something. And then the eggs are really inexpensive. Like you can get eggs for
Very inexpensive. Cheap.
Yeah.
So I would say
7 peso or something.
okay, 150, 100 to 150 peso for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Lunch 200, between 250
To
peso
400.
to no, not at that lady.
No, if
No.
you go to a different, like, there's some expensive spots, but we go to.
You finally found a good one.
We found a good one.
Found a great one.
Calendaria.
Carenderia.
And I don't want to go anywhere else because her food is amazing
Mhm.
and it's very fresh. It tastes so good.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't give us stomach problems. The flavors are on point. She uses all the best ingredients. This lady, we go back there all the time.
Her name is Paula, and she's
Paula,
she's
Maria Paula.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
She's a cook.
we've eaten there for 250, 250 peso,
right? To
all the way
all the way to
300,
300,
320,
300 peso,
38 at the max.
Mm-hmm.
That's like $8.
But for the last 2-3
and that's for
days,
4 people.
2-3 days, it was 250, 270, and 290.
right.
So, and we don't eat all the food. We don't.
We
like,
never finish the food.
We'll never finish
Like
all the food.
we order way more than what our eyes are super hungry,
Mhm.
and then when we put it on our plate, it was like, whoa, that was way too much food. How are we gonna eat this?
So I would say that is 300 plus 125, right? That is 425 peso for breakfast and lunch. Now dinner, we had barbecue last
We did
night.
barbecue.
How much did we spend?
380.
No, it's not. It wasn't.
What was it?
It was 280.
Oh, it was 280. I
It was
thought it was
280.
3.
So in one day, right? We spent 700 and
700 pesos. Let's
seven,
just say.
yeah, 700.
700 peso. What
15.
is that?
715.
I mean, I'm gonna do the math here. 700 peso calculator. Anybody know what the exchange rate is right now? I haven't looked it up. Let me see. 700 peso divided by 50. What? Anybody out
Just
there?
go 50. Just 50.
Oh, 50. We'll just go with old school numbers here.
Mhm.
$14. So, in one whole day, feeding a family of 4, we spent $14.
Mhm.
That is a huge difference.
And that's
in
eating out.
Yeah, that was eating out every meal. Yeah.
Yeah, because we bought bread. No, you cook the eggs and the sausage, but
Yeah.
that's eating out.
Yeah. Even like, let's say we went to Chowking. How much did we spend at Chowking? No more than 800 peso between the.
Less.
Well, I'll say no more than 800 peso for 4 people. And that's like ordering the big family platters, you
Mhm.
know, and ordering one of each. So, yeah, no, it's actually pretty affordable when we're talking food. It's when you buy items that are like everyday items. Like if you buy a trash can, okay? Don't buy the trash can at the department store. Go to a smaller store to buy stuff because I definitely just kind of let it fly on some trash cans and I regret it. But that's because I didn't know the difference between Filipino peso and American dollar, and I didn't realize what I was spending till I'm driving away and I'm like, what was so expensive?
The flashlights.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like flashlights, trash cans, anything that's gonna like sit in your house for years and years and years, and you're gonna have multiple uses of it. Those are a little bit more expensive versus just like eating perishable items. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we spend on a daily basis. And then as far as fuel, For as much traveling that we do, I probably spend 3 to 4 thousand peso every 2 weeks.
Ah. Yeah.
That's the motorcycle and
And
the
the car.
SUV. Yeah,
Yeah.
every 2 weeks. That's 4,000 peso. I don't know how much that is in.
Hector's saying that we should ask the calendaria lady if we can start a food subscription. Pay a fixed price to eat there every day.
We're gonna try it. Yeah, Hector, that's a great idea. I like it because the lady is like, it's good. Her food.
Oh
is
my
great.
God, she's amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, her food is so good. I would recommend anybody go there. If you're ever in the Tayog area on the main highway, well, it's like, yeah, it is their main, like that's the main highway. The one where you can find, no, it's on this main highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so if you're ever in the Tayog area and you're
By CSI.
oh yeah, by CSI. Yeah, right to the right of CSI, the first it's like the third or second caranderia.
Yeah, it's past the tiles.
Yeah, it is past the tiles, and it's called Maria Paula.
Yeah, Maria Paula.
Go there.
It is good.
Food
is
is
good.
so good.
She put something in it that makes it so good.
I don't know.
We tried all the other spots, and hers is like
the best. It's like she really pays attention to the ingredients and the cooking time.
And I would say her Bicol Express is probably the spiciest too.
Yeah, her Bicol Express is spicy.
Yeah, very spicy. Dakdakan, spicy too.
Yeah,
so good.
And she's like super honest. She'll tell you like what part of the animal it is, and like where, like. And I am very shy when it comes to like interesting parts of the animal. And so, but she tells us.
She's like, don't ask, just eat it. If you like it, then continue eating it. That's what I tell her. Like, hey, just don't ask.
I'm very shy to them.
But
different parts.
For me, we went to barbecue, right? And I was telling her like, the chicken gizzard is like one of my favorite things, right? She's like, what is that? So she's gonna try it. I'm
gonna have to try chicken gizzard, and I'm not wanting to try these things. They're not appealing to me.
Yeah, and then she tried. What did you try last night?
I tried like some
the chicken intestine. Yeah, she tried the chicken
I tried
intestine.
it. Okay.
I forgot what they're called. The chicken intestine is like put on a stick and they cook it in a barbecue.
I ate it, but I only ate like this much of it, and it has like a good texture. It tasted like barbecue to me, but I couldn't get it past my mind that it's like an intestine. But yeah, I like the meaty parts of the animal,
I forgot what it's called. I think it's called sillet. Oh, chicken head. We saw chicken heads.
There's chicken head there, but how do you eat that? Like,
yeah. How do you eat that? I think it's just the
it?
skin, right? And then like there's the Adidas or whatever. It's got like three like the chicken legs or whatever. I mean, I used to eat those, but at one point I was eating the middle part of it, like the palm, and then one of the fingers went in my nose, and I was just like, I can't eat this anymore.
You can't eat it
And then like
anymore?
when you're like when you're eating it, and you're like the fingers are like touching your face. It's just, you know what? I'm gonna buy one, and I'm gonna attempt. We're gonna do a live probably tonight. I'm gonna buy one, and I'm gonna attempt to eat this chicken thing, right? And you can see what I'm talking about because it's kind of hard to describe unless you've tried it. It's like all over your face. You're like, how do you eat this thing?
Oh dang! Right? Your favorite was chicken neck. I thought his favorite was chicken butt.
No, it's chicken butt. My favorite is the gizzard.
He likes the chicken butt,
like especially when it's cooked in tinola.
Now here's the funny thing: is like you can go and get chicken butts on a stick.
On a stick.
Yeah.
Chicken butt on a stick, chicken gizzard on a stick.
You get everything on a stick. They put chicken hearts on a stick.
Oh yeah, and blood too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
So we like the barbecue around here.
Yeah.
It's
nice.
yeah.
What's the barbecue place's name?
Juanita's. Yeah, Juanita's barbecue. It's so good. Yeah. It's legit. It's on point.
Yes. So if you guys ever come here to Philippines, don't be shy. Stop on the side of the road, eat somewhere, try their food. I would say the meat when you stop on the side of the road is hit and miss, right? even the adobo.
Heidi says
But-
she'll eat the hot dogs. No, you won't. I ate a hot dog last night,
It wasn't
and
that
it was
tasty.
no,
wasn't
and it
tasty.
had bone. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no.
The best tasting at Toro Toro, Caranderia, these places is the vegetables. It's the vegetables.
We're not gonna
Oh.
repeat what's in the
No,
chat.
I'm gonna
yo.
repeat it. I'm
no,
gonna repeat it.
no. Babe.
So Heidi says Juanitas isn't that my brother's ex? Right? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. There is a elderly lady. I forgot her name, but she works at the local construction store, and she's like, "How's your brother? Oh my gosh, he would every time." She's like, "I have a barbecue spot, and every time your brother came around, he purchased everything that I had. You know, he would tease me. And she's telling the story, and she said he would tease me, and he would say like the only reason why, you know, I come here is to see your daughter. One day I'm going to date your daughter." That's what he said. So to her, but I don't know if something ever happened. But she's all happy about it. She's like, my daughter is now a bank manager, and I was like, yeah, my brother is married, happily married now.
Yeah. That's what happens. You go to the States and you find a wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you went to the States and we found each other.
You got lucky, girl.
I did get lucky.
You got lucky. You got lucky.
Shoot.
Now you're traveling the world.
Well, yeah. We traveled the world.
Yep.
But I get to live in another country, which is pretty exciting and fun.
You know what? It's fun. It's fun dreaming with you. And you know what? Here's some advice. Some relationship advice. Here we go.
Advice. Oh.
Some relationship advice. Okay.
Let's lay it on thick.
Don't be afraid to dream with your spouse. I'm talking about like what Dia and I do is we sit down and we not only write our goals, right? Goals is what you want to do, but we dream, right? And it was a dream to come back here and live in Philippines.
Yeah, it was.
We made it into a reality, right? And so, what's that theory? The attraction theory?
Yeah, attraction theory, sure.
Is it called attraction theory?
Yeah.
When you think about it, you share it, right? First, initially, you're thinking about it, then you talk about it, then you share it with other people, then action. And I think that's one of the things that we have done for the entire time of our relationship is that, hey, this is what we're going to do. Like, Dee is not shy. She's like, I want to go to Japan. I want to try the best tasting fruit, right? And all of a sudden, we find ourselves like planning in the future for it. Or like, she's like, hey, I want to go to Spain. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. I want to go visit this part.
I want to stay a month in Spain. Like, I want to live in Spain for a month. And he's like, okay, yeah, let's make it happen, you know? And so I know over the next 20 years, somewhere in there, we're going to go to Spain. And I also know when we're elderly, like when we're 60s and over, that we're probably going to spend a month in Amsterdam. And like, because we dream like that, you know? And so we do these things, we talk about them, and we have these conversations. We say, hey, wouldn't it be cool to like just live here for a month or two? And we're like, yeah, we could do that. We could work online and live here for a month or two.
Yeah.
When we're older, you know? And so it's like one of the little things that we've put into our like like our little box of dreams that we're gonna make a reality in the future.
Yeah. And I think that's beautiful in itself. So if you can't dream with your spouse, you can't, that's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah,
you need to be able to
dream.
dream. You need to be able to dream.
Yeah.
Dream with your kids. Talk about things, even though they're sensitive.
Our son, he has a dream of creating a shelf where he puts all his Pokemon stuff. And so we got to help make that dream a reality.
Yeah. So let me go back real quick to what Hector said. Hector says that nose to tail cuisine was a hot fad in the U.S., but it's been around in the Philippines forever. Right?
Oh yeah.
I think that's accurate because here in Philippines, they
don't waste.
They don't waste at all.
No.
And so I've Have you ever had pigeon adobo? It's tasty.
Wonderful. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I was telling him, hey, I think there's frog. I wanna eat
frog
that.
legs. Frog
Like,
legs.
I
are
want to eat that. I'm
good.
legit. Like,
Money Printer Never Stops says, does he go to any Pokemon shops or any tournaments?
yes.
Unfortunately, we haven't seen any Pokemon
Nothing
shops
here.
here. But in
Nothing here.
the US,
Hey,
US
we've played Pokemon Go here though, right?
yeah, there's a lot of
yeah.
Pokemon Go
There's a lot
here.
there's a lot of
but
spots.
it's like on the phone. But as far as like
when we
the
were in the
Pokemon
States,
store with the Pokemon cards
when
and
we
the
were in the
games,
States, we went to a lot of stores. Searching for cards. And like my daughter, she likes to get like what was it? Those Sailor Moon cards,
right.
and our son likes Pokemon cards.
Mhm.
And we do have plans to go to Japan, and we will go to like a Pokemon restaurant. We'll go and do all the Pokemon stuff because like he and we like that kind of stuff too. And we'll also,
one thing that we haven't done, Comic-Con. Yeah.
I want to do Comic-Con.
We have friends, Kavika and Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like into Comic-Con stuff.
Well, I have cousins that go to Comic-Con every year too.
Yeah.
Well, just so you guys know, if you're looking to see us in costume, I was Asuna and he was Kirito.
Sword
Art Online.
If you haven't seen it, it's good. It's good.
It's in there. We have a whole video, and we also have a short. So if you go digging through the crates, you might be able to find it in our channel of us like dressed up for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. It was great. It was a good time.
I would say I agree with you, Heidi. Anime is pretty big out here. In fact, our Netflix is just gained more anime.
Yeah.
I was like getting here, turning our Netflix on. I'm like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, and
like,
we watch our anime in Japanese.
Yes.
Which is pretty funny. Because
what? So Comic-Con happens in Mall of America.
Oh, awesome!
Wow,
that's cool. Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And I mean, I've been to the mall here, SM Mall, and then I've got people running around in costumes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was super cool to watch, and we like that stuff. We're into that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
Like I could literally sit here and watch a whole series of any anime and just sit here and watch it for hours, and I'm totally happy.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
All right. Well, I think is there anything else you want to talk about? Any additional topics?
No, I mean, if you guys have any questions, you're always welcome.
I got one. So this one right here. So for those of you guys who are planning to move out here in Philippines, just know that everyone drives diesel engine. So the smog is really thick.
It smells like diesel. I actually things go by and I say, "Oh, doesn't that smell like a Humvee?"
Yeah,
that smells like a Humvee.
So that's one. People burn their trash, even though there is a dumpster, a truck, or a dump truck that comes around and pick up the trash. People still burn their trash because it's the fastest way to do things.
Yeah, or it goes into the river.
Yeah, or it goes in the river. But the thing is, they burn trash to allow the smoke under the trees, so that way it can get the trees healthier. But, I don't know. And then the thing is, there's a lot of people that smoke here.
Lots of cigarette smoke. It's gross. And even though this little packages say like causes cataract, causes heart attack, like they put it on the outside of the casing of the packaging.
Yeah.
And all their advertisement says like, "Hey, cigarettes kill" and all that stuff. You've got a lot of people smoking cigarettes.
I think they started at a very young age. That's probably
and it's very inexpensive.
Yeah,
it's very cheap out here. I know in the States, it was like $10 a pack or more, depending on where you bought it. Yeah. But here, but you have to be 18 and over here. Hello.
Hi, Joy. Good morning.
You have to be 18 and over here, but I think in the States, did they change it to 18 as well? They did, huh?
Yeah.
But if you're a soldier, I know if you showed your ID card as a soldier, you could get them. I think.
Are you talking about cigarettes or alcohol?
Yeah, cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's bad. It's bad for your body. Like it's not something it's not healthy at all.
Yeah.
So
Heidi says that people burn in front of their house under the tree Also to keep the mosquitoes away.
Mosquitoes. I know I
Ah.
kill mosquitoes all day long.
Yeah, valid point. And so yeah, so if you're planning to move out here, it's definitely very inexpensive compared to the United States, and at the same time, but there are some cultural things that you have to get used to.
Yeah.
Once you get past it, like initially she was hot, now she's
Now
acclimatized to
I'm
the weather.
freezing.
Now she's really really cold, and so that's what 50
Yeah.
50 days in
You don't really need nice clothes here, but we live in the we live in the
the
province.
Yeah,
You don't really need nice clothes. You could
Mhm.
just wear like t-shirts and shorts all day long, because you're not going to go and do anything exciting or fun. You're not going to be all up in the mall.
Mhm.
It's just lounging all day.
But it's fun though. It's cool. It's definitely much more funner in Philippines.
Well, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have all this free time with my family. I get to like spend so much time with my husband. I really enjoy your company, and it does feel like we've gotten a lot closer being out here. We're able to communicate better with each other, less stress, and we're spending way more time with our kids than we used to. Way more time. We're definitely
reading more books to
yeah.
them,
I feel like
paying
I'm
attention to
like
them, cuddling
I'm a
them,
parent,
you
like I'm really like the guide for my child, where before it was just kind of like I pop in for a couple hours a day and that's it.
Yeah, and I think that for the most part, our values align with everyone else in the neighborhood.
Yeah, our values
In the
yeah.
neighborhood, you know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody's here is like playing loud music. Nobody's playing like
And if they are playing
music
music,
that's, like,
it's
has
like music I like.
profanity, you know what I mean?
No,
None of those things.
it's not.
And then like nobody's watching TV. All the kids are outside walking around playing. They're playing tag. They're playing hide and seek. The most beautiful thing, right? If you're a kid, this is a kid's paradise. But as a
Yeah.
parent who cares about, the kids, this is an awesome place too.
It's a great place to grow up as a kid,
Yeah.
I'd say.
We're waiting for the construction before we start pulling out our mountain bikes
Yeah.
and we start riding around the neighborhood.
And there's some great places to ride bikes. And one of the sports that's here in the Philippines is bike riding.
Yeah.
Because we see them all over the mountain, they're always riding bicycles. And it's like legit professional, like bicycle riding, like the ones you see for long distances and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. I was like, oh, cool. Like maybe they join the Olympics or something. So, volleyball, they have volleyball here for boys and girls. They do Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts here. We haven't gotten into that, but we know that.
Oh yeah, that's coming up though. It's coming up.
They're talking
Like,
about
Our
it.
kids are interested in it, and it's like camping outside. I did it when I was younger, and they do all kinds of like team building activities. They get to join up together, trying to build something, and then they drag somebody across, and whoever gets to the finish line wins. It's awesome.
Yeah, where we live, it's huge agricultural community, so everything is ag, and it's nice. It's a very slow pace, and it's very therapeutic. I'd have to say it's very cleansing. The amount of stress that I have is way less than I used to, and I used to like have cortisol. What I could feel is cortisol shoot through my veins out to my fingertips from the amount of stress that I would have, whether it be in traffic or just just in general. I don't know. There's so many situations that would cause my stress levels to be so high, and now it's just kind of like, oh, I feel so refreshed. I could get a full night's sleep, and I'm dreaming, and
the air is fresh too.
Yeah,
it's fresh because it rains,
and we're
all
going
the
for
time,
walks.
and it's like, man, it's fresh.
Yeah.
So Heidi says that she'll watch Sailor Moon with Himiko for the whole series. That's great. Thank you, sis. I think that she would love that.
You guys would love it. You
She
guys would have a
would
good
love
time.
that. She would love
Tuxedo
that.
Mask.
Yeah.
And Sailor Moon and all the Planet
What's
Girls.
that? They're into Ladybug right now. Ladybug.
Oh,
Lady
Noir. Yeah, that's a big one in
Cat
France.
Noir.
Yeah, they're into that.
So, all right, guys.
Well, we hope you guys all have a good day. Thank you, Joy, for joining us.
Yes,
Heidi, and let's see, Robert. Who was here? Let's see.
Robert, Heidi, Hector, Carrion came on. Moneypreneur Never Stops. You know what? Moneypreneur Never Stops. I just want to
Marianne.
give you a shout out, man, because
Yeah,
you know
money
what?
printer.
You have very interesting questions. You know,
Yes,
you're talking
and you
about
have
finances.
been here for a long time.
Yeah, you're talking about finances. You're talking about like how much you spend, how much is this, how much is that. And for us, that's a little bit like, I like that because it kind of gets us to engage and then research some of these things so that way
Yeah.
we can provide more content to you guys. And so, as usual, I really appreciate it. And
We hope you guys have a good day and live life to the fullest.
live life to the fullest.
Yes. Have a good night or day.